Shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect, noise in this gospel abroad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is just another quick lesson through the Spirit. Lord's will to be edifying. Visiting back this 2024 eclipse. It says the Great American Eclipse, as we know, back in 2017, August 21st of 2017. Most of the country witnessed this particular event, which lasts for about a minute or so, maybe a minute and a half, something to that magnitude. We witnessed a total blackout of the sun because you got what they call the Earth's umbra. When you had the Earth, the sun, the Earth and the sun pretty much was in the path of totality, and it crossed the Earth's umbra, and it created what they called a solar eclipse, which solar goes into sun, lunar goes into moon. I remember that day like yesterday, man. It was nice. For one thing, it started off a rainy and stormy day, gloomy, and it shows you how the Most High is really, he's really beautiful. He's really the author of judgment, because that day started off gloomy. It was gloomy and it was cloudy, and I think that was like rain in the forecast. It was supposed to be storming all day, and I was kind of bummed out a little bit because, well, not bummed out, but I was just like, damn, Esau, he's blocking out and he don't want us to see this eclipse. But the Most High is so cold-blooded to the point the eclipse took place like around 1:30 in the afternoon or something to that degree. And then I want to say around 11 o'clock that morning, the clouds started to rescind, meaning the sky opened up. And then, it was like a perfect hot summer day. Beautiful, right? And then roughly around 1:30 that afternoon, then all of a sudden, we saw the eclipse. It got dark. I'm talking about, it was like literally like something supernatural, because as soon as the eclipse hit, it was like the appearance of nightfall. And through instinctual means, you heard crickets, nighttime chirping, and it appeared to be nighttime for like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. And then when the eclipse, finally went over this particular area, because we seen it here in Kansas City. It flew right over us. But after that happened, I want to say a couple hours later, the clouds came back and it was a bad storm that night. And then fast forward, you have all this shit, the C19, X1Z, and what we're dealing with today. Okay, now we have another one, which is April 8th, 2024, which makes an X across Babylon the Great. Okay, when you go into the Hebrew, that is the Hebrew character Tha. Okay, and actually when it says that the eclipse is something to pay attention to 7 years apart, it makes an X of a totality over Little Egypt, Illinois, also the places where three rivers meet. Okay, because I believe you have the Mississippi. I know you got the Missouri River, and I'm not sure what particular river that is, but anyway, it looks like the Hebrew word, the Wah. Okay, like when you go into the Wah and you look at it in the Paleo Hebrew, it represents a fish hook. Okay, and when you look at it, it looks like when the scriptures say that we should be fishers of men, and then we will be turned into hunters. Now, I'm not equating that with this, but I'm just giving the analogy of what the Lord is doing here. Now, this is 7 years apart. This is the Tha, okay, the X in the Hebrew. But then also when you go here to the article, okay, it also made the Ah as well. Okay, which goes into like the beginning of the Hebrew, the Ah, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Ka, Tza, Sa, etc. But you see the Tha here, and then when you look at it from the side point, it's literally two Hebrew characteristics in this particular diagram, and then actually it's three, because when you look at that, that's the Ah and the Tha, but also you have the Wah here. Now, hey, like I said, we're not. How can I say it? We're not all about numerology or anything like that, but sometimes the Lord does give ominous signs, and from everything that's been happening in the world, it makes sense that this could be the very one that pretty much brings the downfall of Babylon the Great. Because what is the chances that civil war, okay, war is breaking out in the Middle East, all types of stuff. All right, it says, do you know about the three eclipses that were combined to create a giant Alep over America? Which the Lord has had it with this place, man. Okay, we see Jake's rousing up. Okay, we see the court systems being, it's literally just like this place is on the brink of all hell breaking loose, man. Okay, let me see this real quick. Let me go see something real quick. Where's this news shit? Yep, news. Yep, it says U.S. and Europe make new diplomatic push to halt spillover of Gaza war. World's biggest polluter just saw its hottest year on record. And the list goes on, man. Okay, and just going off the top stories alone, Hezbollah, Israel appear to signal no desire to spread Gaza war. All right, which we know that through the spirit, man, Esau is involved in a forever war because that's his nature. All right. And there's a lot of other shit, man, that's been transpiring in the world. But nonetheless, man, these are very omen type signs, man. Okay. And I believe through the spirit of Yahweh Shai is getting ready to make his moves because, matter of fact, going back to this side, give me a second here. It says here, BRICS welcome 2024 by officially adding 5 expansion nations, and these are all prophetic chess pieces being moved across the board. All right, check this out. The movie Civil War movie. Civil War. When does this come out? April 26th. April 26th, and this eclipse will occur April 8th, 2024. And then you got a movie called Civil War coming out in 2024. Also, when is the 2024? Ooh, okay. Their Passover date is April 22nd to Tuesday, April 30th. Okay, and then you got a movie coming out the 24th during the time of their so-called Passover. Which Passover, I believe, Passover according to our calendar it may be like the latter half of March, if I'm not mistaken. But also, not only that, it says the group, which until January 1st included Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, welcomed new 5 members on New Year's Day. Apart from Saudi Arabia, now includes Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, and the United Arab Emirates. It says another, which is that's a heavy blow to America because they was buying oil from America through America was buying oil through them through U.S. dollars. But now that they joined BRICS, you can forget about it. It says another prospective member, Argentina, made an abrupt U-turn on its ascension plans after the presidential election in the country was won by Javier Milei late last year. Also, they adding all the Purge movies to Netflix, which Purge, the election year, being a very notable one in the franchise. Actually, it's one of the best ones, to be honest with you. I mean, the last 2 were good because they focused mainly on the tribes, but Purge election was pretty dope. I'm not even gonna cap. Purge election year, and that came out in 2016 when this guy Donald Trump took the identity of president of the United States. Okay, but it's called Purge election year. And what are the chances that we have an election year? Allegedly, Trump is being taken off the ballot, and the last time that a president was taken off the ballot, going back into Lincoln, was the start of the Civil War. So, yeah, man. This sets up the playfield for second Ezra 15 and 16 all down the line. So, yeah, brothers, man, Yahweh Shai is getting ready to bring hell to this place. So this is the book of second Ezra 15, and I'm going to start at 1. It says, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, says Yahweh. And this is why we're out here speaking. We're breaking down the scriptures. We're going out to the highways and the byways. We're doing these shows constantly. We're rebuking false doctrine. We're defending the gospel, which is our service to do. Okay, it says, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. And the paper is the scriptures. Fear not the imaginations against thee, and let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. Incredulity goes into disbelief. Because believe it or not, our people, they don't really believe in this thing. Okay, they may come by the camp and may give you a thumbs up, but overall, Jake don't really believe in this. Okay, they don't believe in this truth because in their mindset, it doesn't give them preeminence. Okay, this is a process, it's a buildup, and it takes place over a course of time to be glorified in the faith. Jake don't want that. They want instant gratification. So they don't believe what we're saying. To them, we're just a bunch of crazy people standing at the head of their streets every week, just shouting and screaming at people. Okay? But sooner than later, they're going to realize that we actually had the truth. It says, for all the unfaithful should die in their unfaithfulness. This is talking about all you people, mainly you Israelites. Okay? It says, behold, says the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the earth or upon the world, the sword, the famine, death, and destruction. Okay? Right now, economic moves have been strategically put into place to totally collapse the dollar. Okay? China and Russia is done with the dollar. North Korea is in odds with America. They basically in war right now with Iran over the Red Sea and the Houthis. You see, famine. They're talking about manufactured food shortages. Okay, rationing out food, literally giving you GMOs. You know, cutting out all the nutritional foods and feeding you with poison. And sooner than later, in order to get up this what they call this credit-based case system, which is going to deal with the MOTB, what happens in that case is they manufacture the food out. I mean, Salaki not manufactured, but they ration the food out. Okay, and if you ain't got that micro C, you know what, then you ain't gonna get fed. And that's how that works. But it says, I will bring plagues upon the world, sword, famine, death, and destruction. We're seeing destruction. Okay, they're talking about hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people dropping dead from the 2020 ordeal because of the, the practices that they engaged in with these particular practitioners. Death, destruction. Okay, you're going to have a civil war on the streets of America. Okay, people are fed up. Jake is frogging over fucking benches to beat up judges, taking 3 or 4 cops to get them off one woman. This thing is getting ready to implode, man. Okay, when you go to work, people's work morale is low. They don't want to be there. And sooner than later, it's just going to spill over. Okay, it says, behold, says the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, right? And how is wickedness spread? Through Esau and his philosophies. Because now not only Esau have debauchery in his lands, it's spilling over to the Arab world as well. Okay, I remember a couple of years ago, you had a couple of Iranian chicks twerking on top of light poles, man. Defying they men. Where did they get that from? The West. You on TikTok, you go on these particular dating apps, you see them complaining. It's just a big mess. It's pollution. Women are glorified whores and sluts, while righteous women are shunned and broken down. Wicked men are extolled to the clouds, but righteous men is yet cast asunder. Like this whole interview that this guy Cat Williams did with this dude Shannon Sharp, which Shannon Sharp was an ex-football player, which in my opinion, he's a mo. He's juiced in. I mean, Cat Williams, I feel like, even though he put some things out there, I feel like at the end of the day, you really do yourself a disservice when you get on the platform. That's like going on Vlad TV, man. Even though Shannon Sharp is probably not as bad as Vlad, but nonetheless, all these men are they're juiced in. And Cat brought out some information about a lot of these guys, man, in the industry, Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, and all these frauds. 2024 is basically going to be a year of exposing these wicked demons, man. And hey, they may try to come out the Cat. So your best bet, man, is to you better come to the nearest Hebrew Israelite camp and get your spiritual advice up, brother. That's all I can really say for you in that regard, man. Because hey, you got some wicked mofos in this world. But it says here, therefore thus says the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither would I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. But behold, the innocent and righteous blood cried unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually, and we are complaining. We're complaining for a new world. We're complaining for a new rulership. Okay, we wanting peace. We're ready to live. Okay, we're tired of being subjected to payments. Jake is catching hell under Esau, and it shows. It shows when that Jake bunny hopped over the bench and he put hands on that judge, like Apostle Tara say, and he ground and pounded him, man. And I ain't talking about spreading our legs pound. I mean, he literally fisticuffs, which in my opinion, hey, I feel like it was very deserving because Jake is tired of it, and it was all spiritual. The Jake had a beard on his face, and then when he jumped over the judge, symbolically the American flag fell. Like the scriptures say that, the remnant of Judah should be the remnant of Israel should be in the midst of people as a dew from heaven, roughly paraphrasing. So yeah, the Lord's getting ready to get busy. He's getting ready to put the spirit on these wicked jakes to retaliate and get their pound of flesh from you Edomites. And he's going to put the spirit on his men to really get their pound of flesh. Because back in my mind, I'll be thinking like, I know the Lord ain't just going to let these men vindicate themselves and we just got to sit back and take the abuse being the prophets. I have to really rebuke myself on that, because I'm like, ain't no way in hell the Lord going to raise up the 2/3 to go out here and do what they got to do, and the men of the Lord don't get their pound of flesh. I'm like, hell no, man. I'm like, if anything, we need we definitely, need to be vindicated. Yeah, the 2/3 have been done unjustly as well, but they're wicked. But the thing of it is, we gonna be vindicated on the 2/3 and the heathen. You see what I'm saying? So, hey, just remain patient, brothers, man. We gonna get our just due in due time. I believe that, and I pray for that, because it's well overdue. Especially the type of things brothers went through, the type of injustices that brothers have received at the hands of their own people, starting with you women. Oh, you women, have you done a brother wrong, and you've played brothers, you've committed adultery, you've been disrespectful when the only thing they was trying to do was teach you the truth and show you the way to live. No matter how harsh it came off, brother was, he did it out of love. Then you got a lot to pay for that, man. Okay, you're gonna pay for that, and hey, the Lord is gonna render you a recompense. So if that man shows up at your doorstep and somehow, some way enter into your mind and torture you mentally, then hey, you know what it is. You know what it is. Because a lot of you are catching hell because of what you've done to the men of the Lord. You just want to admit it because you're too proud. But a lot of you ain't happy. A lot of you are straight up a bullet away from a suicide mission, man. Okay? Suicides has went up in the last year dramatically. But it says here, and therefore says the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. But behold, my people was led as a flock to the slaughter, and I will not suffer them in the land of Egypt, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Okay. And hey, I believe, me personally, that once this eclipse happen, I believe things are going to start to speed up. You know what I'm saying? I believe that somewhere, somehow, the Charagma is going to be somehow instituted this year, or Lord's will. We're going to see the systems, because what I'm seeing, Esau was dragging his hand, because ain't no way in hell that the Charagma shouldn't be intact right now. I mean, the economy is technically dead. Okay, they're not dealing with the dollar no more, so I'm not understanding why does it take us so long to induct this thing into law. But what I realized, this is a system. This is a powerful system. Like a beast, you don't just take a beast down with one blow. Okay, it's several points that you have to hit on a beast before you're able to consume it and devour it. So we're going through the points now. She's collapsing. But overall, man, I believe that we're going to start to see the institution of these MOTB systems, man. Okay, and the Lord is going to have to speed this thing up, because I don't see why he would give Esau another year or two, which he possibly can. But if they're talking about 2030, then you better believe that we only have a few short years left. So even if they do go to 2030, hey, that's not a long time from now. That's literally, 6 years? 25 to 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. That's 30. That's 6 years right there. And I can't even believe we in 2024. I mean, wow, we in 24. It don't even seem like it. We were just in 2016, 2018, 2012. Now we're in 2024. Call all Yahweh Shemi Hawashai. But I believe we're getting ready to start seeing a lot of judgment as 2024 is kicked off with a bang. I mean, I can't even count on two hands within these first 5 days of this year how many things have happened already, from earthquakes to explosions to tsunamis to war escalating to leg amputations to people fighting to freaking men beating up judges. I mean, it's crazy, man. People are already turned up, and it ain't even been a week yet. So just wait till the weather breaks, man. We really gonna see some stuff. All right, let's go from here. Isaiah 34, because that eclipse marks the destruction of Babylon the Great. Now, I'm not saying that destruction will come on that day, because clearly we know that when things happen, those particular ominous signs come. We already know that through the spirit that things will build up to a point, like 2018, like 2017, then in 2020, 2019, literally 2.5, almost 3 years later, you had this whole shutdown. Okay, so how much more this? And they're talking about the 2030 agenda. and find out that we're not going to have another eclipse for 2 decades, you know? So let me look this up real quick. I think I seen something else too. Solar and lunar eclipses. Because I believe we got a lunar eclipse this year too, if I'm not mistaken. I know we got solar eclipses. April 8th. I thought I seen October. Okay, annual solar eclipse. So we got one October 2nd, which is going to be, October 2nd is going to be seen in the Southern Americas. We ain't going to see it in North America, but this one coming up, we're going to see that in North America. Let me see, a lunar eclipse almost September 18th. Oh, wow. September 17 and 18, 2024, partial lunar eclipse. It says this eclipse is available in Kansas City, visible in Kansas City. So it says the curvature of the shadow's path of the apparent rotation of the moon's disk due to Earth's rotation. Where it says where to see this eclipse. So wow. So I wasn't tripping. I knew we was gonna have a lunar eclipse this year. Yep. The number begins at 7:41 p.m. Visible in Kansas City. Yep. Partial. Yep. Maximal. Yep. So wow. So we're actually gonna see a lunar eclipse as well. So we got 2 solar eclipses this year, and I think we got 2 lunar eclipses. And you got people, man, that follow these things. Like I remember you had what they call eclipse or something like that. You got people that follow these things. Like you had one person that traveled from one side of the country to the next just to follow the eclipse. Like you must have a lot of time and money on your hand to literally follow the eclipse everywhere it goes. Like who got time to do that? Like you Edomites are fucking stupid, man. That's you being dismayed at the signs of heaven. And that's not a good sign for you. You know, you sit up here celebrating these eclipses, but don't you understand that marks the downfall of you and your people? Okay, your world is up, E. All right. So I'm trying to see if I can see this other one real quick. Bear with me, bros. Okay, so this is annual total solar eclipse. Annual solar eclipse. We ain't going to see that one. Let's see if we going to see the one on October 17th. Let's see if we going to see that here. It doesn't tell me. It don't tell me. Okay. Even though this is small, it's going to be a small eclipse, but still. We'll be able to see it. 2026 partial. Partial solar eclipse. We're gonna see it here. Okay, so I don't think we're gonna see the one in October here. But regardless, man, the Lord is showing these signs. So this man is through. So it says, come near, ye nations, to hear and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear and all that is therein, the world and all the things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations. And this is why we're seeing these wars and these tensions build up in the east. It says, and his fury upon all their armies. He have utterly destroyed them, and he have delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also should be casted out, and their stink should come up out of their carcass, and their mountains should be melted with blood, which is the governments. It says, and all the hosts of heaven should be dissolved. This is talking about a nuclear war. Okay, World War III. It says, and the heavens should be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts should fall down, as the leaf falleth from the vine, and as a felling fig from the fig tree. For my sword should be bathed in heaven. Behold, it should come down upon Idumea, which is you Edomites, and upon the people of my curse to judgment. And this is what we're prophesying. We're prophesying the end of this current Roman Empire. Okay, as we know that the ancient Roman Empire rose into power to preeminence and then it fell. But the scriptures say the deadly wound was healed, so it was never fully killed off, but it came back into fruition in these last days. Okay, even scholars were acknowledged to some form of fact that this is the revival of the Roman Empire, but they have to kind of beat around the bush because through historical research and just understanding history, they know that so-called Caucasians ruled the Roman Empire, which was known as the Romans. So by process of elimination, it's the same people in rulership today. And this is where they have to run away from because they don't want that information being out, because it will very well prove what the scriptures are saying about Esau going into captivity and his world being destroyed. Esau knows this, and this is why he's trying to go in space. You know, he's trying to build bunkers. He's literally trying to get himself off this earth. Okay, like they're talking about sending a woman and a Jake man to the moon. Like, you never been to the moon, bro. Like, for one thing, how the hell can you go? If you went to the moon, you would have been back. And I always say that. I'm like, as much technology and how proud and how you boast of your technology, you would have been to the moon 10 times. Okay, like the elder brother said, it would have been a Starbucks, bro. You would have had Mickey D's up there. You would have had Starbucks. You would have had Amazon Go up there, man. Okay, US dollars. Talking about a flag is blowing on it. For one thing, ain't no atmosphere up there. And for one thing, you ain't getting out of the earth. The earth is a closed circuit. So how the hell you gonna get out of the earth? Okay, you have what they call an atmosphere, our firmament. Okay, and you have the Van Allen belt, so you're not getting through that atmosphere, bro. It's impossible. It is literally out of realm. Okay, so you're not getting off the earth, man. And you damn sure ain't landing on the moon. For one thing, you can't land on a light. The moon gives its own heat. So if you're what they call Apollo 12, whatever that tin can was, you really think that a tin can is going to withstand a lower level heat? Even though the moon is not nearly as hot as the sun, trust me, a tin can will burn up within seconds on the moon. So you're alive, bro. But anyway, it says the sword of the Lord is filled with blood, and this represents a sacrifice. It is made fat with fatness and the blood of lambs and goats and with the fat of kidneys and rams. It says, for the Lord to have a sacrifice in Basra and a great slaughtering in the land of Idumea. And the unicorn should come down with them, and the bullocks with bulls, and their land should be soaked with blood, and their dust made with fatness. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of his recompense, and for the controversy of Zion, man. And the streams thereof should be turned into pitch, and the dust into brimstone, and the land thereof should become a burning pitch, and it should not be quenched day nor night, or night or day, and the smoke thereof should go up forever and ever. From generation to generation, it shall lie waste, and none shall pass through her forever, man. And this is the point we're making. You Edomites are through. Okay? These eclipses represents the end of your kingdom. Okay? And it ain't nothing that you can do about it, bro. You just got to deal with your fate, because you've sown so much wickedness in the earth. All right? This is the book of Joel 3, and I'm going to start at verses 18. Matter of fact, let's start at verses 19. It says, Egypt should be a desolation, which is America, and Edom should be a desolate wilderness for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. Okay, so this marks the end of your kingdom. Like, you're literally on a time. Your time is winding down rapidly, bro. Okay, I don't think you're gonna make it to 2030, but regardless of that, you ain't making it past that. You know what I'm saying? I can confidently say that you ain't gonna make it past that. You can try to prolong your kingdom and slow things up and come to all these peace negotiations and try to keep the dollar afloat. At the end of the day, man, the Lord is gonna put the spirit on these nations, and he's already doing it to come against you. So, hey, brothers, just be patient. You know, stay praying. Throw them curses up on this play every day. Throw up curses that the Most High bring Babylon down, man. Okay, this shit is old. It's tiring. It's played out. It's useless. It's not fun no more. You know what I'm saying? This place is not fun. There's no entertainment in this, man. You know, even the entertainment you got is like, okay, next. I'm like, we're outgrown this shit, man. You know, but anyway, I'm going to end it there. Giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. Lord's will, you will edify it to the next lesson. Shalom.